Hi everyone, Liz and Mel here.
I'm here. Hi.
We're just going to make a quick video to make sure that you know how to do the practice test. So we're going to start with Chromebooks and then go to iPads. But the first thing you need, of course, is your student SSIDs.
Yes.
Right? Do you want to talk about the two ways you can get those?
The two ways.
The first is get the cards from the office, right?
Oh yeah. You guys probably you should have the secure materials in the office, which is the same card they would be using for real testing, and it has the SSID and the name that they log in with. But there's also a report in Q that you can run that has the same information on it. And it could print on labels if you wanted to, or
But
you
really,
could just have the sheet.
You could just run the report, print it on copy paper, just make sure you keep it in a safe place. And to get to that report, you sign in like you're taking attendance. You go to
enrollment, reports, and you should find one that says CASP labels. And then there's a copy of CASP labels that has the last name in case you have more than one student with the first name. You got to be really careful to make sure, especially on real testing, that if you have two students with the same first name, that they're using the right SSID, so they're not taking each other's test.
Right.
That's
okay.
pain.
So that's getting your SSID. Now to start on the Chromebook, it's really important. Hang on. It's really important that you are not signed in. If your students are signed into their Chromebook, they're not going to be able to find what to do, and it's going to be frustrating. So when you're not signed in and you see this screen, you come down to Apps, and you have Air Secure Test. And if you haven't launched it before, I just launched this for the first time this morning. It might take some time to load stuff. While it's doing that, make sure that you've shut down recently, because that's how your Chromebooks update. All right, so when I did this the first time, it asked what state, and you put in California and it shows up. Now I want you to notice something important, and that's right here. Do you see how it says this is the operational test site? If I have them sign in right here, they're signing into the actual test.
Yeah, don't do that until you're actually doing the test.
Which is awesome when you want them to sign into the actual test.
Right.
What we want, though, is the practice training site. So we're going to do this, and then it's going to turn green. So the green is go ahead. I think that you guys know this because you're probably used to going to a guest session, right? Now what we're asking you to do, though, is come down to sign in and have them sign in. Let's see. Oh, those are second graders that I have up. That's not going to work. We're going to say fifth graders. They're going to choose. I want you to do the language arts and the math.
No. You're doing it as a guest now.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You have it. If you were not doing it as a guest, you would be using an SSID and a name.
Okay, hang on.
It wouldn't even let you.
So I came down here to sign in.
No, you have to go to where it says guest user and turn it off.
Oh, see, look what we're learning.
That's really, really important.
Aha.
It's the only way that you're going to have them sign in the way they
Should
do on the test.
we start our video again?
No,
or do you guys want to see that we made mistakes?
See, that's important because that's exactly what you guys would have done, and it would have been the guest user, and you wouldn't have had them practice with their SSID, which is important because why? So you can check their test settings.
Right. Okay, so when you sign in, it looks like this. Do you have to turn off guest session?
It doesn't, you don't have to unless you're going to be actually using the test administration interface as the test administrator. You can that way you can get a test session and you can practice your side of the things, which is important if you're going to be checking the test settings.
Okay.
Right? So yeah, it's probably best to at least once do it with the not as a guest and as a test session with the test administrator.
Okay, so I'm hoping that you've enjoyed our back and forth here and that we've made the point guest user off. I thought sign in was going to give them the sign in. What do I know? All right, so here we are. You're going to make sure to turn guest user off. They have their SSID from the Q report or from their card and the first name. Now, the benefit of doing this during a practice test is you can talk them all the way through this. And once they sign in, you can do the total think aloud, talk about it thing because you're in a practice test. When you're in the real CASP, if they're thrown off by something, most of the time your standard answer is do the best you can. Do what you think is best. Do your best thinking. And that's not really the kind of help we want to give as teachers. So in the practice test, you can do that. So we're signing in with the SSID so that they make sure, like, Why is my glossary in Spanish and everyone else is in English? Why do I not have this that I'm supposed to have? And we can fix those things now because it takes 24 hours.
Yeah, you want to do this so that if someone has the wrong setting, then we can fix it, but it can take 24 hours for it to show up on the test itself.
And then they have to do makeup testing, and that's a mess. We don't want to deal with that. Yeah. Okay, so real quick, I want to show on the iPad also. I'm not going to sign in as someone. Let's see. Can we see that okay?
Yeah.
So if I put an iPad here, whoa, I'm going to hold that down. I just typed AIR in so that I'd find the AIR Secure Test app. Okay, if you go to your student iPads and find you don't have this app, drop me an email or put in a tech ticket, and we'll get that set up for you at high priority.
Another reason to do practice tests on the iPad so that you know if you have the thing.
And sign up. And this is the kind of thing that you can do all year long, right? This isn't specific to the month of May.
Right.
All right, so again, what do we see? This is how they're going to sign in for the real test. This is how they're going to go to the practice test. So you're going to tell them, make sure you see that green banner.
Yep.
And guess what I've learned in this video, Mel?
What have you learned?
I'm going to turn the guest user off and have them put in their SSID and their first name.
Nice.
Right? And then they'll sign in, and then we'll see the accommodations.
Yes.
Why do we need to do this for language arts and for math?
Because they're different from each other?
So the accommodations are different, right?
They can be, yes.
They might have something accessible here that they don't have there.
And science too, possibly.
Yes.
There's a separate thing for science. Usually if they have a thing for math, it's the same for science, but...
Okay. All right. I don't know if people are still watching. It's 6.5 minutes of our morning banter.
Well,
Melanie has her coffee.
I do. I couldn't even start this thing without my coffee. I'm just saying.
All right, you guys, listen. Keep in touch. Let me or Mel know if you have anything going on that's causing you stress that we can help with. We can't help with average stress, but testing stress, maybe, maybe we can help you with. All right. Have fun. Be relaxed about it. A lot of times when we're stressed, that makes us not think clearly. So we just want to take a deep breath and be smart problem solvers. All right. Have a great week. Happy Day of the Teacher Appreciation Week. Enjoy your Mr. Softy ice cream. Our Mr. Softy Day is
Friday.
Tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll be getting our Mr. Softy. Let me know if you have any recommendations. All right. Bye.
Bye.